What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mike Rashid, and this is the very first one of one. This can never be done again. It starts right now. The very first episode of the Lion's Den podcast.
Oh,
The first.
I didn't even know.
All right. Yeah, we're in it right now. Holy shit.
We're in it. And I would like to introduce my guests, Rob Bailey.
Hello.
Dana Lynn Bailey.
Hello.
And my man Richard. So I have some very special guests. Right now this is the mobile edition. We're in Reading, Pennsylvania this isn't the Warhouse, this is the warehouse.
Flag No Fail Warehouse, yes.
Flag No Fail Warehouse. I came here for the first time about 2 years ago, before you guys had the Warhouse.
Yes.
Warehouse.
I know, we fuck with those words.
Gym.
Right.
Make it fancy.
Yeah.
And, what you guys doing is remarkable. For the people who don't know, for the 5 people in the world who don't know who you guys are and what you accomplished thus far, how about you give us a brief rundown?
So I guess we'll start with like the biggest thing, which was Dana.
I don't know if that was the biggest
That's
thing.
a big thing.
I don't.
Miss Olympia 2013. I can say this. I think if she said it, she'd sound a little cocky, but I think she's the leader of the revolution for women in the fitness industry. I think she's one of the first women out there to sort of step outside the box, not rely on magazines, show girls that they can lift, show girls that they can sort of be themselves and didn't have to go the typical fitness route. So she sort of gave, I think, a lot of females out there this different avenue. Plus she won the whole Best in the World title, which helps. Me, I am a fairly successful yeller. Is that right? How you say that? Vocalist?
I like yellow.
I'm in a band. I yell a lot.
I'm a yellow.
We own a clothing line called Flag No Fail, which has been around for I think 6 years now. We own a gym. What else do we do? Oh, we own a car shop. Supplement line. I don't know. Everything.
Right.
Yeah. We like doing stuff.
You forget. There's so
Yeah,
many,
you're like, I don't
so
remember what the
many
fuck
things.
I do. Yeah.
And my man Richard. Let's talk about Richard. What you do, man?
Well, powerlifting is my thing. Started out in high school and continued on with it. Everybody know me as the Ant, or know me as the little guy with the dreads, the deadlift, a lot. But been doing it for 17 years, and I take pride in, my craft. I'm very technical at what I do, and I speak not just on the physical side of things, but on the mental side, And back at home, Biloxi, Mississippi, I have my own gym, 21,000 square foot gym. Nice. It's 12,000 square foot inside, and then another 10,000 square foot outside. So just trying to catch up with these guys and you.
So I just realized how much Richard fits into our life, and it just actually clicked. So I know you discovered Dana, Mike, when we put out that the Big 3, right?
Correct.
And what made me realize I need to put that much effort into videos, and what made me realize, back in the day, 6-7 years ago, maybe 8 years ago when I started this,
10.
It was holding a camera up here, aiming at someone lifting weights, and then a bullshit voiceover.
Right.
And it was bullshit quality.
Right.
And that was
the standard.
They would come out late.
Mm-hmm.
So and YouTube, I'm not telling you anything you don't know. I'm just going to tell you the relationship we had. So I started filming her, and I realized that she could bench her body weight as a female for 20 reps. So we had her going to the animal cage and lifting.
Mm-hmm.
Richard Hawthorne, who was in an animal cage, pulling insane amounts of weight.
Mm-hmm.
And the big thing that I realized I could do is I could stay up all night and edit a video and have the video out the next day.
Right.
So we were going to expos, filming, having the video out the next day, but I didn't want the music I was using, and I wanted to get blocked. Right. That's why I started making music, because I wanted to put that video out. So I came out with Work, Hustle, Kill. People pulled it from that video, which I think that video gave you a boost too.
Yeah.
Because it was one of those 500,000, back in the fitness, back then, that 500,000 was
that's still a lot now.
You sent me that, and I was laying in the bed. He's like, dude, check this out.
Yeah.
I jumped out of bed. I'm like, oh, fuck.
And then people started downloading the music. We had, so I put the single out. I sold 1,000 on YouTube, on iTunes, which is $700. And I was like, wait, I just made $700 because I said 3 words on a track.
Right.
And I didn't even know customer service. Mm-hmm. I was like, I'm gonna make an album.
Right.
But I didn't realize that And that was when I realized, like, no, that YouTube game is real.
Right.
Yeah.
YouTube is a fascinating place because put the money aside that you can make from YouTube directly. It allows you, it levels the playing field between us and, say, ABC Nutrition or whomever in a business space, but also it doesn't just even a playing field, it gives us the advantage. When I say us, I'm talking about quote unquote fitness celebrities, social media influencers or whatever, because what we have the ability to do and what we do now is we're putting our lives, our hustle, whatever we do on YouTube. We're building a real relationship with our consumers, with our fan base, our supporters. That's something that a big company cannot do. They're a big company, right? We're just individuals. And people, you guys see it. People come up to you crying, they see your lives, you know what I mean? And they love it. And just like when it was just magazines, I remember just different rappers I like. You listen to music, it's cool, but you read the article, the interviews, you're like, damn, I like this food a lot more now, But now it's like, well, forget reading, I'm watching you every day. I mean, even you, I'm like, dude, start your vlog again.
I know, you text me all the time.
Yeah.
And then I do a vlog and you send me like a quote from my vlog. It's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, oh wait, I said that yesterday in a video.
Yeah.
But that feels cool, man, that you're watching my videos.
It is good. I mean, I'm the type of person, I don't study everybody's stuff. I just happen to watch what I like. You know what I mean? Your stuff is interesting. It's cool. I like watching it. So, no, this is cool. My first time, we didn't meet at this time, but this was like in 2011 or 12. I was at the Arnold's when I first got signed to Better Bodies and Youth. Our booth, back then we had the biggest booth, and y'all had the biggest booth. We were right next to each other, and I hear the commotion. I got to go over there, and this guy was over here. I'm like, what the fuck? It's insane. Like, what you do is insane. You talk a lot about, we had some conversations, some good conversations, and you go into the whole spiritual aspect of lifting.
Oh yeah.
What is that?
Spiritual aspect of lifting is when you let go. I was telling Dana earlier, and you as well, is the moment when you into whatever you're good at, you no longer think. And when you no longer think, you're not controlling the body. When you're not controlling the body, that's when amazing shit happens. So that's the spirituality of things, It's the act of letting go or your fear. So my experience on the platform is I'm nervous, I'm scared, I doubt myself, but the moment where I face those fears, everything just let go. It's just like doing skydiving. You're getting ready to go skydiving, and you're right there at the edge of the plane, and you scared, but once you get out of that plane, it's like, what am I scared for? It's always that thought, but once you meet it, everything just go away, you know what I mean? And things just happen.
You're scared because you're 30,000 miles in the air.
You're right, but after that, it's a liberating feeling, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's
right.
that's
I'm about to get back with you on that one, because I ain't never skydived before, but that's what, now I feel you. Fear is something that we all have to deal with, every human being. And one thing that I've learned in my life is that things that I fear, right, and I had to face some of my fears, or demons, or whatever you want to call them, not that long ago. And it was like, you know what? I've gotten to a point to where, let me just deal with this by myself, right? And that's the only way to grow that I've found, because I've been in places to where I'm just not going anywhere, because I got these things that I haven't dealt with yet, and I had to deal with them, and I'm glad that I did. And it is liberating, It is very liberating. So, you guys are all very interesting people. Very fascinating people, if y'all didn't know that, right? So, Flag Nor Fail. Let's talk about Flag Nor Fail. What is that? What is it and why?
So we were at, I think, an interesting point, right? I think a lot of people have heard it, and I think a lot of people are going through the same thing now, which is, we went through the whole life thing right. We did the typical, all the right steps. The checklist. Like, we're like, all right, well, we graduated.
Go to college, graduated.
Let's get real jobs. Let's do this. And I think we were put in a situation, and not that it was about money, not like, but there was a point where it was like I was a man, and we could go out to dinner once a month, and like she was happy with that, but secretly I was like, man, what the fuck, like I should be taking my wife out to dinner fucking every Friday night and not looking at what the total is, and not only that, but like we should be able to travel, we should be able to do stuff, and I wasn't able to provide that, but we were doing all right, but we just looked forward to the weekend. So I started freelancing at night, and I started to realize, like, oh shit, like, if I just, work after work and do things that I wasn't taught I was able to do, we can make some more money. Long story short, we got in a situation where we were sort of out. I was sort of fucked out of some money, and I was not making anything. We were surviving on a teacher's salary and falling behind. And I think we all say stuff in our heads, like little lines to keep ourselves going, and mine was like, it was the whole hustle harder thing, and I wanted to think of a brand around that, and the whole I shall not flag nor fail was sort of a creative way to say it, and it was something that the average person didn't understand what it meant.
All right, not to cut you off, but I've never heard your explanation or breakdown of what flag nor fail means. Okay. But tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I've always, I think about things, and I like, like, what does this mean? I will not throw the white flag up or quit or fail.
Yep.
Right?
It's not accepting defeat.
Right.
And I think people like to say, oh, you need to fail to get better. And I get that. Mm-hmm. But I don't look at individual battles as failure. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I'm going to start a clothing line and it doesn't work. I'm not going to focus on that and be like, oh, I failed in that regard. Mm-hmm. I see it. This is all so much bigger than all that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not willing to fail in life. It's not, and that's what the problem with it, and the thing that I always sort of hated was people just thought it was about the gym.
Right.
And it was never strictly about the gym. It was about everything bigger, which is why for the first fucking 5 years we didn't do shaker cups. Right. Everyone's like, oh, do shakers. And I was like, it's not a gym brand, man. Like, this is about better your life. Mm-hmm. Look at your life as a whole, not like I'm gonna bench more.
Right.
But unfortunately, that's what people fixate on.
That's the low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, right. And Dana.
It had something to do with
helps
it. We definitely have part to do with it, but it's nice when people come to us and they actually have their own stories, like how they actually use flag nor fail in their own life, like whether it's losing a job or transitioning to something new. Like we've heard so many stories that, okay, you get it, like, and you can use it in the gym sense too, like not failing with weight and your goals, but you use it how you want it, and we didn't want it so singular,
right?
Like a fitness-based brand. So
yeah, I think that the fitness thing, like I know myself, I was like, man, it's not about fitness. I was on that for a long time, but then I was like, you know what? It is about fitness.
It's about everything.
Because it's about everything.
I think it's a parallel. That's how I look at the gym is a parallel, not gym and life is a parallel. So the connection between you going in the gym, people go in the gym to want to look a certain way. Mm-hmm. So, but as you get in there and you as you get better, you start to develop, patience, dedication,
and all that. Responsibility and everything. It makes you a better person.
It makes you a better person. So it leaks out really into life. You start to do things that you normally don't do. You know what I mean? So it is a parallel, but also really what really matters is how you feel about yourself. If you feel good about yourself, you're going to do good. You're going to do things that you need to do. You know what I mean? But if you don't feel good about yourself, you're just going to fall apart. You're not going to be able to stand alone, because a lot of people can't stand alone nowadays. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You can stand alone and walk what you believe. You know what I mean? Then you have the world. But most people can't do that.
You bring up a really good point. All right, so my sons, 16 and 11, they're boxing, right? So I finally took them to actually spar other kids. I wanted to teach them, just make sure I taught them the foundation first. So now they're actually in combat with other people. And it's exciting. It was scary because it's my boys, it's like my boys. And I didn't want to see them getting beat up. It's like my pride, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. But they're beating up the other kids, which is cool. But they, what I'm doing is I'm trying to set them up for later in life with confidence, right? And for people who don't understand, like, combat sports, it's not a brutal thing. It's not about actually fighting. However, as little boys get into fights or they get picked on or whatever the case is, but you don't really have those issues when you have that kind of confidence. And when I say those issues, you're not getting into fights when you know how to fight. You know, it's just something that you're like, I don't want to hurt this guy. I'm gonna walk away from this, or I won't be able to participate in this tournament if I get in trouble in school for fighting or whatever, right? So, but feeling good about yourself, having confidence, whether it be from lifting weights, you know, being a successful athlete, you know, even as a youngster or whatever, I feel like confident people are genuinely or generally better people in society. People who don't have that confidence, people that are insecure, do fucked up things. Mm-hmm. They treat people like shit, and they project their insecurities on other people big time. We see it every day.
And I think if we look at things, everything is an art, everything is a discipline. And whatever you like, if you treat it that way, that's what we all get. You know what I mean? Business, whether you're a writer, an artist, whether you're a lifter, whatever, if you treat it as a discipline or as an art, then you're gonna have more confidence in what you do. I mean, that's right. The bottom line.
All right, so I'm not gonna get into all the history of you guys. Y'all can fucking Google it. But Dana, I want to know, and the people want to know, what's your daily routine like?
Oh, now?
Yeah.
Well, it's on like a regular day. I wake up.
What's a regular day?
I guess during the week, not on like an event day where we have friends here. Mm. So I wake up and I go outside.
Whoa. You wake up?
I do.
What?
I wake up, I go outside.
I gotta start my day.
I do my farm stuff. I feed the chickens first.
Awesome.
I have an order.
Awesome.
Chickens are first.
Awesome.
I let them out because we lock them up because we have coyotes and or not coyotes.
How many animals y'all have now?
We've lost a couple chickens. So now they all
Did you lose them to other animals?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, some to just being old and bred to be really massive and they don't die less. So we had broiler chickens, which normally they die after like 8 months, but I've had mine for 2.5 years. So my last one just died. Oh, wow. But they normally die of heart attacks. But anyway, sad story, horrible. So I feed the chickens first.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not even. Just wait. She'll be crying in 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's why we got to move on. Biggie was my favorite. I love him so much.
I remember Biggie.
Yeah, you've seen Biggie.
Yeah, he was too big.
He was too
I was
like, wait a minute, that's what?
Yeah, so all the chicken that you like people eating like at the store and stuff that you buy, like those are broiler chickens. They're bred to grow super fast. They're at like full capacity, like max weight at like 21 days so that they can be slaughtered super fast. Right. So he just grew and grew and grew and like just everything grows and like all the organs are still the same, but you just had they
kind of like
die of heart attacks.
Modern day bodybuilders. Is that what you're?
But you also have to think of like all like how that chicken is like genetically enhanced. Like you're eating that. That's the stuff you're eating. Yeah. So I don't know. That's a different story. I feed the chickens. I have chickens. I have my turkey Hank. I have one turkey. We had 2 turkeys. His bro died. God.
Okay, so after the chickens,
and turkeys, I go. And Benjamin's usually, he comes up, as long as Rob's away, he comes up.
So Benjamin's our wild pet deer that we're friends with.
Yeah.
You've met Ben.
Everyone,
cool.
you saw him. He didn't come near him. So I have a deer friend that lives in the woods that comes up. I feed him next.
He's a deer friend and he's a deer.
He's a deer. He is a male deer. And then I have 3 goats, Max, Maisie, and Maddox, and then I feed them. And then I have 2 dogs. I have a long day of feeding animals in the mornings. Like
y'all ever see this guy got a YouTube channel. I think it's called Angry Goat or Angry Ram.
He's from.
He just rams people and things.
Oh, that's Max.
So hilarious. It's so hilarious. People will put a heavy bag, just hang it in the middle of the tree, and he's just confused because it doesn't do what he's used to it doing.
Yeah.
He rams people. It's the funniest thing ever.
Yeah. Max likes to ram trees. And Maisie. He likes to
just practicing.
Just practice on Maisie.
Right.
So I do all the animal stuff and Occasionally, not so occasionally anymore, but normally then that's when I do cardio afterwards. But ever since we like switched dieting and stuff, like I still do intermittent fasting, so I don't eat in the morning. And I'm also switching over more towards more vegan. I'm not vegan, but not. I would say 80% of my meals are vegetarian. So I found that I don't have to do cardio as much, and I'm also not eating as much. I only eat like 2 or 3 times a day. So cardio happens usually when I play soccer. So I play soccer 3 times a week.
Right.
So that's part of my day.
But you're a legit farmer.
I'm a farmer in the morning, and then I come here, and there's just always miscellaneous stuff, videos, photo shoots, product testing, and sorting out with sourcing with Drew, and figuring out girls stuff, and it's just, my day here is just weird. And then usually I train at night.
Nice.
And then I have a glass of wine before I go to bed.
As you should.
I'm at that age. I'm like there.
I
I'm just saying, like, I would always see like older women that always have a glass of wine.
An older woman.
I'm an old woman, I guess.
All right.
And they're like,
All right.
Hey, I don't need a glass of
Chill out.
wine every day. Well, I'm there. I have a glass of wine every single night. I'm due when I go home.
So, and Rob, what about you?
Normally up out of the house as fast as
I
possible.
want to talk about, I'm sorry, before you get into that, you're vegan.
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk
talk
about
about why.
So did you ask me about eggs?
Did I ask you about eggs?
I think you asked me about eggs today.
Did I?
So I went, so we were in Australia 2 years ago, and I sat down, and I go hard. I was 290. I just eat everything and lift. I wanted to be really fucking strong and all that shit. So I just held weight, and everybody said, "Oh, you look." Bros told me, "Oh, bro, you look fucking awesome. You're huge." I sat down in Australia, and they were both like, Dana and Austin were like, "We want you to live longer." I said, "What do you mean? Like what? So I need to sleep? Fuck you." And they're like, "You need to sleep. You need to stop smoking Black and Milds. You need to start doing cardio, and you can't be 290."
Right.
And I was like, "I can do whatever the fuck I want." And they're like, "You can, but we both love you, and we want you to be here."
Right.
So I made a promise with them that, okay, cool, I'll get my weight down.
So I started Save Rob Bailey.
Yes, it was called the Save Rob Bailey, whatever. So I started losing weight, and I started getting down, and then it was about the time you came, but I had 2 roosters, and the one was being an asshole. So I wanted to, and back then I said harvest, which the definition of harvest is like to gather crops.
Right.
But when you kill an animal, you say harvest so you don't feel bad.
Right.
So I killed our other rooster. I cut his head off with an axe and sprayed with blood. Brought him back here, and I got some of my staff, and I was like, I want you guys to see what goes into getting a chicken. And I thought to myself, fucking 5 things need to die so that I can be this size.
Right.
And then I realized there's 7 days in a week. I realized there's 30 fucking days in a month. I realized there's 365 days in a year. And I was like, holy shit. Like 3,000 things need to die a year so that Rob Bailey can function. I don't do the God thing. I don't do any of that shit. But I believe that nature has a balance. And there's no fucking way that many things need to die so that I can survive. That math is not fucking right.
Right.
So I said, all right, cool. I'm going to cut out meat. Plus, all of our animals are just like dogs. You saw those goats.
Yeah.
They're fucking dogs.
But I feel like the more people pay attention to animals, they'll see that this is how they
the
are.
the deer is
Like
like
a dog.
Honestly,
we
that's
say
why we do all
they're
the
like
videos.
dogs.
Yeah.
But dogs are like deer. Like they're all just.
But that's what people can relate to, right?
Right. Exactly.
Well, that's why, like, anytime Ben comes up, I, like, make sure to, like, Snapchat him or put him on my stories just to show, like,
people can see.
they're so sweet. And, like, he follows me around. Like, he'll go, like, when we go for our little goat walk,
Right.
and I take him down in the woods, he follows along just like a dog would.
All right. So I'm not making a case for
Yeah.
eating meat.
Yeah.
But this is just something that I watched and listened to, and it was actually somebody I really respect on a nutritional. She's a scientist, and she was talking to a vegan guy, and she was like, "But you know that is not sustainable. That's not sustainable. What you just mentioned, talked about all the animals that we got to slaughter, et cetera, for such small amounts of meat." But also they talked about how if everyone were vegan, that wouldn't work either, because
There won't be enough.
there's not enough
So
the amount of
so
water
you wanna
for
go
the
there?
crop. No. I'm just saying.
Because I got answers.
Hold on.
All right.
Like I said, I'm not making a case. I'm not making a case for or
I got
against.
answers.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'd be interested.
But
in
it was
exploring
just
that.
an interesting perspective, because she brought up something different, and I was like, whoa.
So that's people are like, well, overpopulation.
But she wasn't coming at it like that. She wasn't.
Okay.
She's not. That's
No,
not.
I understand.
I'm gonna
I
tell you why
understand.
she was talking about it, because she was talking about that. She's a very, like, I follow her on a lot of things. I'm gonna give you her channel. She's legit. Actually, Dr. Rhonda Patrick. She's dope. Find My Fitness. Anyway, she talked about that they are. She's like, she said this might gross people out, but since I'm a science person, this is fascinating to me. The fact that they're, people talk about GMOs and all that shit, but they were talking about taking, I don't know, and I might be butchering this shit right now, but somehow getting the DNA from the animals and creating it in a laboratory, super clean,
and growing meat. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And she's saying that's a possible solution,
Yeah.
because it's problems on both ends.
Well,
Yeah.
here's a thought that a good friend of mine, Mike Yarbrough, he does nutrition. He's one of my good friends and my nutritionist at the gym. He came up with a thought, or he had a thought, and he said to me, he's like, okay, take us and apes or gorillas, okay, massive animals, you know what I mean? And think about how much, if it was about protein, because when you think meat, you're thinking protein. Think about how much protein or meat they would have to consume to maintain that mass. But they don't eat meat. They eat mostly,
Grass.
Yeah, grass and
All the biggest animals are herbivores.
Exactly. So insects and things like that. So how much more protein? Because that's what everybody think is we have to have protein, a large amount of protein. How much protein do we need to be?
Listen,
you're
not.
So
You preach to the choir. I eat once a day.
It's a thought.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it's a thought. You know what I mean? I want everybody to think about that. That thought.
I've raised that before.
That whole 1.1.
Well, so let's be real.
Yeah.
Let's be real. So
Because I don't do that, and I'm not.
Right.
back to where I dropped out meat. So I dropped out meat because I can relate to animals. So that was part of the Save Our Bailey thing. And I got to it, and then all of a sudden I realized, and I was like, oh wait, everything's okay. And then it wasn't, dropping out fish wasn't about like, oh, I want to hug fish and I got fish friends. I don't know any fucking fish. I don't know dolphins. I can't relate, so it's not there. That is when it came to a point in time where it was like, wait a minute, you motherfuckers been lying to me this whole time. Like, the food pyramid's been fucking lying to me.
Oh, yeah.
And then I started realizing, wait, the government's in charge of the...
Yeah.
And then I started realizing, no bullshit. Like, I sell supplements. Like, you don't need pre-workout. You know that shit.
Yeah, I talk about
you
that all
don't
the
need
time.
fucking supplements, but...
It helps.
It helps.
Yeah.
And you're selling it. And then I thought on a bigger scale, I was like, these motherfuckers are selling me the concept that I need to eat meat. And then I realized that I've been duped. And it became, I'm dropping out fish because I need to prove to myself that I've been lied to. And then I get there and I'm like, holy shit, these motherfuckers been lying to me. And then I dropped out eggs because that was like the last piece of the puzzle where I had to prove it. So like I'm going full vegan to prove to myself that I'm not going to get tired in 2 months and not be able to wake up.
Right.
I'm not going to fucking look like every other not every other vegan, no shots at vegans, but I'm not going to have that look where like
what you think a vegan looks like.
emaciated, looking
Right,
like shit, and
right.
they can't fucking lift. I'm still the same strength.
with a hemp bracelet.
I got under 550 the other night and squatted it for reps. I haven't squatted in a long time, and I was
Right.
like, whoa,
Right.
I'm supposed to be weak. I've been vegan for 6 months, vegetarian for a year and a half. I'm still fucking strong. It doesn't make sense. I've been fucking lied to.
And I'm back and forth vegan. Actually, I was on a mucus-free diet. a mucusless diet. But I'm back and forth because I understand I do enjoy meat. I enjoy the texture and things like that. But I also, when I was fully vegan, you know, like you said, my energy levels was good. You know, I dropped, for me, I dropped 5 pounds, and that's a lot of weight for me.
Tell them how much you weigh, because people might
I
not know.
weigh 130, on an average, about 137 to 135. But when I started going vegan, I dropped down to about 129, 128.
Honestly, it was probably water, because that was the first thing we noticed was inflammation. My face got like you hold like this puffiness, and it was like what? It just inflammation everywhere. He lost.
I can't
his
keep rings on my
wedding ring.
fingers. They keep falling because I don't have those big fat knuckles anymore.
Right.
And that was dropping out like meat products.
Did you lose strength though?
So no,
But
I didn't lose
no strength.
So you know, I'm already light. You know what I mean? And this is the time where we was training. Me and my partner Winston was training, and I was getting ready for a meet, and my strength actually went up. You know, and I'm like, people kept asking me, how's your strength going? I'm like, it ain't budging, it's going up. You know what I mean? It's just going up. My energy levels, and the biggest thing for me, and I didn't go vegan for the life side as far as animal side of it. I started going vegan for my mental intellect, so I can speak better, I can think better, you know what I mean?
Right.
I made better decisions, my imagination was better, you know what I mean? My sleep was better. So that's what drives me when I'm on it. And like I said, for me, I'm trial and error. I know I'm human. I don't use that as a crutch, but I'm working my way to it. But I know what I get when I'm on that lifestyle. So that's what I got from it, is those things and my strength maintained, you know?
I did an overall reduction in my caloric intake, a huge reduction in animal protein that I take in, and I hate this. We're beating a dead horse. No pun intended. Dead horse.
I guess I get that.
But the same energy. I eat once a day. I just ate, and that's it for the day. Unless I might get a snack or something, but I eat once a day, right? I sleep better, energy all day. I sleep on a consistent. Before I sleep, I barely slept, and I thought, man, too much going on. I'm thinking, hustle mode. Like, nah, you're not healthy. Inflammation, like you said. So it was a lot of things that I don't feel anymore. I've lost almost 30 pounds, and I feel great, right? I feel great. So. And everybody around me, is doing the same, not necessarily 1 meal a day, but, the whole squad is like really on this odyssey of embetterment, in so many different ways. And, just mentally, everybody's more alert, in better moods, and that's huge for me because, everybody see me on the camera, but I'm a grumpy fucking guy. Like, I'm pissed about everything, you know what I'm saying? But it haven't been like that lately, and I like that, and it's all, are you guys familiar with like the gut, like your microbiomes in your stomach and your gut health and stuff like that? So this is fascinating stuff I've been getting into, and it's so much data that shows how our gut is our second brain. A lot of things happen up here. There's a lot of like people who have certain mental illness, depression, whatever. Once this is cleaned up, that stuff goes away without medication.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's powerful, and there's a lot more to it. I'm just barely scratching the surface, even the stuff that I've been researching. But I'm feeling it, I'm seeing it, And another thing that I've added to the equation is meditation, is mindfulness. So we give so much of ourselves to everybody, but we never give nothing to ourselves. And it's not that we have to give ourselves anything, but just that silence. And it's a discipline to that because it's hard to do. For me, it's hard to do.
No, it's one of the hardest things to do.
To really get in that space to where you're not thinking of anything, but you're breathing. It's hard to do. It's difficult. It'll take sometimes for a good solid 7 minutes. It takes me like 45 minutes because I might be there for a minute, then I like think of something, I'll go back to it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm still working on that, and I do find that I'm better at it when there's a lot going on. So that means I need to do it when it's really quiet.
So
Right,
that's the thing too. Like two things. One, when you say it's hard for you, when you first start to meditate, you start to find little itches. You know, you're like, oh man, you start
It's
scratching
anything.
or moving, or you know, extra little things.
Yeah, things
little,
pop in. It's hard to
it's
not allow
hard
things to pop
not
into your head.
yeah. So the way I got into meditation is actually, for me physically, it was lifting. That's what drawn me to meditation. Is, you know, a lot of people wonder how I lift, going to the weight and lift calm. That started when I was young, you know, and it's my time to be able to drown everything out that's going around me and just be in the moment. You know what I mean? And I didn't know what I was doing at a young age, but it just started to evolve. And like you said, we don't give ourselves anything. You know, we always trying to live for somebody else, or another thing as far as being busy, like living in a big city. It's hard to be mindful because there's so much noise, so much going on around you to where you can't give yourself that time. And when you do finally get that time, you start to realize how peaceful everything is and how everything is working together. And you're like, if something bad happened to you, you're like, oh well, you know, just going about your business.
Yeah, I've been on that wavelength for a long time, you know, because if not, I'd be crushed right now. You know what I mean? So I've dealt. You can use it as like, you can say, oh, it's an excuse, or you have to take that mindset or that perspective because you're dealing with things. But maybe, but I took it and it worked for me, and it's working, and life is easier like this. You know, when you don't allow things to affect you negatively, life is a lot easier. You know, it's a lot of things that's presented that people like, yo, they looking at me like, what you gonna do? I'm like, there's not. Come on, I'll embrace it. You know what I'm saying? There's something in this. Let's go. So that's something that, you know, my nutrition, people's nutrition, and that mental health, mindfulness and meditation, it's been a game changer for me, especially as of late. You know?
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So where are we now? You're vegan.
Oh, with me?
You vegan. You got some powerful things going on, right? Business wise, y'all are on top of the world.
Yeah.
You're vegan. Like
Nah, see, I think we're in a weird spot right now, and I think that like I'm in a weird spot and she's in a weird spot. And the cool thing is we're in a weird spot. It's the same thing. Like she's in her version of a weird spot. I'm in my version. So like, I set my goals big. You know, I wanted to have regardless of anything, I wanted to have a very successful clothing line. I have a very successful clothing line.
Right.
I mean, we sold 1,000 hammocks the other night.
Hammocks.
That's fucking crazy. Like the fact that hammock companies can't sell 1,000 hammocks.
Right. I love that.
Right?
Yeah.
And I sold 1,000 hammocks. We sold 1,000 hammocks in 2 hours. So like that's, to me, that's like, okay, cool. The brand is trusted. Like these people trust to buy a hammock from me. So we have a good brand. We've always wanted to own a gym. She's always wanted to own a gym. We own a very successful gym. It's fantastic. It's clean. The staff's working well. We have every piece of equipment. There's nothing you can't find in our gym. I wanted to work with my whole family. My whole family works here. You know, I wanted to be able to sort of give back to my parents and sort of like check those things off on the boxes that growing up they didn't have. So like I just a year ago yesterday I bought my parents a house. Like what the fuck? You know, I retired my mom. I've done so many things that like were on my list of things to do. And now I'm like, oh shit. Like I reached all my goals. Dana, on the other hand, she just wanted to step on the Olympia stage, and then she won it. So I think we're at a point in time now where it's like, because not that we're at a plateau, but I feel like it's like we stopped at a floor in an elevator, and it's like, so we can't stay on this floor. But like, I don't know if I want to keep going up. You know what I mean? Like, do I want to grow the businesses bigger, or do I want to cap it here? Because we capped sales a few years ago. which is a totally odd thing to do. So we
Right.
reached a point in time 2 years ago, and we were making X, Y, and Z a month, and I pulled my staff and I said, no, we're stopping here. Like, I don't want my brand to be bigger than this, which nobody got, but to me, growing up in like the hardcore scene and you know, that element of not selling out and keeping a brand small, that's what I've always dreamt about. Like, I don't want to own Under Armour.
Right.
You know, I have faith in myself that we could.
I do.
I know you do. I know, that's great. And that's great.
Under Armour, yeah.
But that's the other problem there too is like you get super big like that,
Right.
and you know that responsibility gets bigger
yeah,
and
yeah,
bigger and bigger,
yeah.
and you turn into something that you're not, and all of a sudden your ideas can't translate right, and all of a
Right.
sudden you lose track of the brand,
Right.
and I don't like
You don't see that as a challenge to let me see if I can maintain
to what.
credibility and my ability to translate.
I like being able to do that at this size.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I like you know, I like knowing like where our fabrics come from.
Here's a thought. You said something earlier when we walked in here. You was like, look at the office. You know, it's different from the last time I've
Yeah.
been here. And then later on, you said, man, this is really looking like an office when you brought all the chairs in. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I thought to myself, I was like, at what point do you think it's no longer you? You know what I mean? And just that thought, when I walk in here, I'm thinking, okay, this is legit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is where shit goes down. Work is being done. But when you constantly thinking about, I'm just being me. This is not the real thing. When you say that, it's that understanding of you're enjoying what you do, and it's not corporate. You see what I'm saying?
So that's the problem. So right now we got 25 employees. At some point in time we had 45 employees, and I saw that happening.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden I was like having meetings with managers and talking about bullshit. We weren't talking about like we're developing a rain jacket right now. And like we're in it with this rain jacket. And like we could have just picked one off the shelf and be like, oh yeah, saw our tag on that. But like we're actually like testing this rain jacket and I'm learning about rain jackets.
Right.
And it came to a point in time where I wasn't doing that. We were just like, cool, how can we source this product here? How can we do this? And then meetings about employees. And I got to a point in time, I was like, man, I don't want all these people in my life. Like, all of a sudden, I wasn't seeing her as much. So, yeah, it's a challenge, but I think that was the whole elevator thing is like,
That makes a lot
I
of
want to
sense,
pick
though.
my challenges.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in a corporate business fucking world where all of a sudden my insurance is jumping up. I have to deal with 40 fucking employees. I want to figure out the challenge. Cool. How can I advance this brand linear, and get it to different aspects,
Right.
continue to touch people, keep relevance at this size, and how do I enjoy life with my wife more? Because we went through a time when, like, on that come up, like, I don't know, man, we didn't talk. Like, we were everywhere together. We were putting out videos together. Back when we met you, we were doing everything together, but we weren't together. We were on planes next to each other. We were sleeping in bed next to each other, but, like, it wasn't what it should be.
Right.
So let me fix that. I don't want to be Under Armour. I want to fucking fix this.
I mean, I think that's good. That's that battle test. Your relationship is battle tested. You know, not everybody can deal with that. Who's going to stop progress? Like, who would stop progress because, you know what, we ain't seeing each other, let's stop this and let's just hang out. None of us are built like that. And if the relationship didn't work, then it wasn't a thing. You know what I mean? Y'all proved that it was a thing. It's stronger than that.
It's not easy, right? Huh?
No, I mean, broke people don't have easy relationships. You know what I mean? It's relationships.
No, there was a good
human relationships.
months where, like, again, like, you saw us in videos, but we were not happy. Like, I didn't see him. We didn't even really train together. The only way you saw us train together is if I needed to, like, get a video up. So, like, we'd try to throw that in there.
But I think the beautiful thing about that was, like, she understood what I was trying to
we
do.
both understood. I was trying to do something in the fitness
right.
world. I'm trying to make a name for myself, do good things, make girls feel happy, and then become a pro and do all that other stuff. He's doing his thing, so I just left him alone.
Yeah, so I wasn't out with my bros at a strip club, and she
Yeah.
wasn't out with some girls getting
No, it
nails
was just
done.
us, like,
Right.
trying to
We were
Right.
both
do
hustling in
us.
our own
That's
respect.
that's legit.
That's
That's
where I
respect.
think relationships defined is because if both of them their goals match,
Yes.
and y'all goals was in sync. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And y'all both
Which
understood that.
one built the other. That like
Yeah.
they
You know,
build each other.
And it
so,
takes a lot more. And some people don't like when I say this, but it takes a lot more than love to be for a successful relationship.
Yeah.
We got to be important to each other.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be important to me. I got to be important to you. It's got to be a reason for us not to let this fall to the wayside. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's just, when you have all of those things, that's a unbreakable, magical force, you know? And I salute you.
We're
I
like
salute
unicorns.
you. Unicorn.
Yeah.
You are, honestly. Jeez. That's crazy. Okay, so you're at that floor in the elevator,
Yeah.
and you're just trying to figure it out now.
So I mean, yeah, that's the thing. It's like where do you go from being number one in the world? With, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it's weird because okay, so you step like I'm talking about Dana right now. So like, where does she go? What is there to do? Like, go back to Olympia and do that over and over and over. And she's gonna come, and it's something you can't control the outcome. So
Mhm.
regardless of whether she looks the best or she looks the worst, it's all in the hands of the judges. It's all like I'm sure I could have some conversations and do some things and get her. You know, like I don't know. I'm
But
not
nobody
accusing.
wants it like that.
Yeah, nobody wants it like that. So does she go back and she just keeps competing and then it's just that? You don't move to television, right? Because television doesn't exist.
Mhm.
So like what is there specifically for her to do? You know what I mean? And I think I like what she's doing. She's legit, like her morning is awesome. If you watch her on Snapchat, that's a dream morning.
No, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Taking care of this wild ass fucking deer and like it's magical.
I mean,
I told him earlier, next time,
Like
next
Snow
before,
White.
yeah, she's gonna be Snow White and birds gonna be picking her up. Flying.
Yeah. And I think that's
I
the
mean,
thing
everybody
right now.
and everybody's probably envious that Benjamin comes to you.
Yep.
We can't summon Benjamin.
You're not his mom.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
legit.
So I'm his mom. That's why I bottle fed him.
Aw.
But I think where we've fallen on now is just, you know what, people have always wanted to be inspired by us.
Mhm.
And I think they're inspired by the grind and the hustle and the building.
Right.
And I think we're still building. We're building in different directions, like with the outdoor line, and you know, we're setting some things up. But I think now it's time for us to inspire that, like, cool, when you get somewhere, enjoy life, because that's the biggest thing. I'm still all for fuck balance.
Right.
Like, I will never. I take back a lot of things I said. Like, you know, I'm a young kid, whatever. But like the whole balance thing, man. There's times if you need to get somewhere on another fucking level, yeah, you know what? Balance has to go out the window. If you go through your whole life with balance, I think you can be happy, which is great, but you're not going to be Mr. Olympia. You're not going to be a giant successful business owner. Those motherfuckers stay up at night.
Right.
You don't work 9 to 5 and your business gets enormous. It doesn't work like that. You don't go home and spend family time and all that shit.
Yeah.
So I think that the whole no balance thing to get somewhere has to happen, but you can't do it forever. And I think that's where we're at, is like, cool, now let's enjoy ourselves and inspire people from different levels.
We don't sleep in our warehouse anymore.
Oof.
He slept here, right? You just,
I didn't. You slept in the warehouse when you came here?
He was
It
one
was
of the
just
people.
like a little.
One of these weird little hotel room we
apartment.
made.
Yeah, it was a hotel room.
Yeah, the hotel room.
I didn't get to sleep in the warehouse. I mean, what the
I
fuck?
think you
Yeah.
came after we already moved
I'm
out.
kidding. I'm
lived
kidding.
In
No,
like
yeah,
a
y'all
real
was
house.
good. Like,
On the come up.
yep.
But yeah, I think that's where we're at now. It's just is we want to inspire people. We want to show people that hard work pays off, and then I think we want to encourage people to see different things in life.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, obviously hard work pays off, but yeah, I mean we're investigating now. Like the whole vegan thing, we touched on that, but that's not like, I'm not mad that Richard eats meat back and forth. I'm not mad that my dad just my dad killed 2 turkeys. My uncle just killed a bear. Like, I'm not mad at it. I just want people to be aware.
Right.
Like, just don't go through like thinking you have to consume that much protein. Like, play the little game with yourself. Do some research.
try
See what
it.
happens.
That's the thing.
Test
People
it.
don't research, because when I started doing 1 meal a day, people, it was fascinating.
They get mad at you.
It's fascinating, people's positions. I'm like, why are you speaking to me? You don't know anything about what I'm doing. You haven't. This is terrible. This is unhealthy. But just Google
Have
it.
you tried
Just
it?
Google it. Just forget what I'm saying. Just Google it on your own.
We're in a time though that everybody knows everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But don't experience nothing. You know what I
But
mean?
the thing is, we are at a time also when all the information you need is in the palm of your hand.
Yeah, but there's wrong information out there too. Which was when earlier you were talking about the gym and you were talking about the parallel. That's beautiful. You're talking about the good side of the gym. You know, and I think there is that good side, and we've all felt that good side. We're all there. She's trained to the point where she's eating, casually. She's not doing cardio. Some girls can't do that.
Yes.
And you know what the girls do is they go to the shitty side of fitness where it's a novelty, and they say, I'm going to start working out. I'm going to do bikini. They pop some fucking Anavar. They get on the stage doing bikini. They diet down, cut carbs out. They go off, they blow the fuck up, and fitness doesn't do that for them.
Exactly.
Fitness becomes this enemy for them.
Exactly. I call it's a cycle. So and it's where you sit there and always try to live up. You're trying to live up to something. You're stuck on the physical side of things, so you no longer can reach that spiritual side or that understanding of the mental side. So you're sitting there doing all this, trying to get this look. And then especially you go on stage for somebody else to judge you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Even though when you first started you looked a certain way, and when you at this certain point
you're not seeing like the full picture.
Exactly.
If they could put a before and after, like who wins?
The before and after contest.
Before and after contest. Like, wow, you dropped 130 pounds, like you win.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what it gets stuck at. They get stuck.
Yeah.
Okay. So what if I got gains and look better now, but I didn't win this? You winning in life. You winning in taking control of who you are. You know what I mean?
See, the frustrating thing though is this. I'm sure you all have heard it, or you know people that say, I'm gonna do a show. Why? I just need a goal. I need a reason. They need a reason to get in shape.
And it's hard, and that's honestly another reason why I'm not competing, to show like you don't have to get on stage to look good and be happy and be proud of your body, because that's where it all goes wrong, is people that get on stage and then afterwards and that's when they actually fall out of love with the gym.
Right, and it's something that it's hard for me to relate to, because I've been lifting and working out and doing physicals since I was 11, 12 years old. Yeah. So it's always been a thing for me. You know, every group of friends, I'm the one getting everybody, come on, let's work out, right? So I've never been, even when I did compete for the brief period that I did, that was just a dare. It was like, yes, I can, watch. You know what I mean? But once I was up there, I'm like, what am I, this is stupid. What am I, who are these people telling me what I, you know what I mean?
Who are
and I'm looking down at the guys to my left, to my right, and I'm seeing them, you know, I'm hearing the sounds and the smile, the fake smile they're trying to hold. I'm like, this is lame. I'm done.
If I could could go back in time and knowing like we know you now, and see you, because I think the stage of that one time,
I did 3.
Oh Jesus!
Wow, can we see pictures of that?
No, I've seen him.
And
you're just up there like.
Just me mugging everyone.
It's exactly how you think you would look. But I wish I could have seen that in action.
I would
with knowing your personality.
When the pose down, everybody running. I walk like, move, right to the front. You know what I'm saying? And I remember a guy was like, after the morning show, he's like, hey, you're pretty aggressive on stage. I was like, what am I supposed to be?
Trying to win.
I'm supposed to let you, like, go ahead, buddy.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Have fun, sir.
So, and then, and competing to me was boxing, so my mind state was a little different. I'm backstage, like, trying to stare people down. I don't know what else to do, you know? But that's what I used to do. I used to talk shit. I used to stare them, try to get in their heads. You know what I'm saying?
You're underwear flying tan, staring people down.
Right. So, it just wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. It was not for me to work. And also, I felt like, now, I think, I'm a fan of bodybuilding to an extent, right? I think it's amazing, you know, that high level of bodybuilding. Some people, it's not safe, it's dangerous. So what? I mean...
So is football.
Listen, any sport, anything at that high level is not safe, but so what? Yeah. Right?
You can choke on a cracker.
Huh?
You can choke on a cracker.
Exactly. That's not even a thing for me. Oh, is it safe? All right, get out of here with that, right? It's like, be a legend. Live on 10. You know what I'm saying? You're doing this for the glory, not for safety. You don't do anything. I don't give a fuck about the safety aspects. But, you know, but there was so many things around it that I was just like, this is whack. This is whack. That's whack. So many things I just disagree with. I just cannot rock with. And then so many people profiting. Listen, you have a good friend told me this a long time ago, and it always stuck with me. And I reiterate it to people all the time. Shout out to Chris Albert, Warrior Soul Fitness. He said, listen, man, you know, this was before when I was about to compete. Like, listen, man, there's two people in this industry, producers or consumers. You know what I mean? The consumers are the people competing. They're paying for the registration, for the tan, for the suits, or a trainer, for the supplements. They're spending money. The producers are producing these services, whether it be meal prep, whether it be a coach, whether it be a promoter, whether it be, you know, providing a venue. They're the ones making money off of the consumers. He said people consume forever, like when you get stuck in that cycle. He said it's good to go ahead and experience it so you know what it's like. You have that on your resume, right? But you know when to pull out and become a producer, right? Because you gotta think about it. I even know guys, you know, trying to get their IBB Pro card. You know, they've been doing it for 20 years, and when they're 40, they finally get a master's show. Now they're a pro, and they're so proud. And I sit back like, wow, you've been, you know, I know people personally who would kiss ass to certain promoters and get booths at their little small shows, trying to show that they're, you know, giving them money, and finally get a pro card like years later. And I'm just like, now what? What do you get? What are you going to get out of it?
Get a plastic card that costs you $40.
And it's see, you're an example. You're an example. Well, you've had that high level of success as a competitor, but your success career-wise, in my opinion, had nothing to do with you winning Miss Olympia.
It didn't. But back before, I mean, a lot of
because you was white hot before you won.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they give you a stage.
It gives,
it
gives
depends
you a
what
platform,
you do on it. You know what I mean?
And so many people don't utilize it.
Yeah.
But it gave me something, a platform to produce videos and show content and build a story around it.
Right.
And that's how we use it.
You look at it as a vessel. You don't look at it as, it's not your end result.
Right.
Like, and that's what Seth Feroce.
Then why is there not another Dana Lynn Bailey? Why is there so many people that
because
just...
who has a deer?
But seriously though, if you think about it, if you really think about it, what outside of Kai Green, I can't think of any really successful competitors. I'm honest, and just having a sponsorship is not success.
No.
I mean, I think. I mean, it depends to what level.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing. Like I said, going back to the relationship.
Fuck your money level. Fuck your money level.
Yeah, and that's not success. Yeah.
No, I think fuck your money is success. To me, that's a level of success. That's when you're starting to be okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When
When you like fuck us, I don't want a sponsorship. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that level of money.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What is
when
that
you
level?
don't when you generate your own a substantial amount of money on your own, independent of any other company.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm
I see
saying?
that. Okay.
Like if you want to take a sponsorship.
Oh, so who else is there that can turn down a
competitors,
$300,000 a year?
Competitors, right?
But
Yeah,
also
not
have them come.
Yeah, it's rough, man.
Come to you.
I mean, I would say me, but I don't compete. You know what I'm saying? You know.
You did 3 times.
Yeah,
We just covered that.
Yeah.
CT don't compete. You know what I'm saying?
Well, CT's one of those. There you go.
You know,
in the fitness industry.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm telling you, they're there. You just they're not
no,
coming
I'm
ahead.
talking about the people who are really spending a huge
who
portion
are
of the energy
specifically
of
getting
their
on stage.
Yeah, like who's
I
really
think the
going
problem-
after it?
I think the problem is
who's
people
really going
people
after
aren't
it.
using it right, man.
And that's what I was
Like-
getting at with the relationship. Y'all.
Yeah, there's something. We have something special here. But like, I mean, you think on physique alone. Kai has physique and then a relationship with his personality. You know what I mean? There's other dudes out there. Like, I'm a huge fan of Sean Roden. I'm a huge fan of his physique. And when we get alone with him, dude is hilarious. Like, I really like that dude. But like, I just don't feel like it's translating like it should. And he's starting to, but he's not clicking. And I think that the problem is you need the magic of, and you have it. You need the magic of, and you have it too, but I don't think your personality isn't out there as much as it should be. I mean, I think people are going to hear this and hear you talk the way you're talking right now and be like, holy shit, let me go look up Richard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's hard to find that.
And the beauty of them liking his personality, seeing this right now, is the fact that he is not just that he has the personality. This dude, you're a unique person. Your numbers, pound for pound, strongest person in the world probably, right? So you have something too. You have something there. If you didn't have the personality, you got that, but you got both. You feel me? So it's that much more powerful.
But like, I don't think the personality is as visible as it should be.
Right.
And people are going to listen to this, and the comments are going to say like, I wish Rob would have shut the fuck up and let Dana talk, which I agree with. But that's the thing. Like I don't. Without her, like, what the fuck would I have? Mm-hmm. I mean, I would still be doing something, but like I don't like. She's the thing that I get to produce. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm manipulating producing, but like she's the thing I get to produce. And without me, no one would aim the camera at her. She wouldn't really start lifting. Like, so it is that magic of that pair. You know what I mean? And Kai has Adam on the backside. Like if it was just Kai, nobody would know Kai's personality. You know, it came out from that Mike video, from the Mike Pusinella video, and then Adam hopped on it. Adam's helping support that. So I think it's really hard for athletes that don't find that marriage between. Like Richard, like there's nobody putting out content of like how fucking smart he is, how fucking humble he is, and like he knows his shit.
Right.
But like, who's producing all the content for you?
Yeah,
right. That doesn't. There's nobody out there, you know. And then there's people like you, Mike.
Where do you live at?
Biloxi, Mississippi.
So if you live in Biloxi and you got a camera, you want to get some work done. Get at my man right here.
But that's what it's hard to find though. But then he needs to find that right relationship where they know how to capture him properly, where they know how to put that at the content.
But I think that it can, you know, over time it will develop. If you get somebody that you like and they like you, it'll happen. It'll develop over time.
But I think in the fitness industry, there's that combination's not there. So you got a great physique, or you got a great personality, and then the next step is capturing it and putting it out there. And it's such like a weird magical thing, and it takes time. I was actually looking back, we did a presentation on us. There was things that we were posting, her and I were posting, even when she was sort of getting hype, and there was like 2 comments. And like that happened for a really long time where we were just like posting videos and it was 2 comments, 2 comments, 2 comments. And the problem now is people stop after fucking 3 minutes because they see, you know, they start vlogging. Like, I'm vlogging, I get 10,000 views. That's not shit. But I consistently do it, you know? And I think that anybody else would be like, man, I've been doing this for how long and my views aren't going up? They're just going to stop. I realize the value, but the average person,
and also,
you stop trying.
And, you know, I have this conversation with people all the time. 10,000 views, 1,000 views, 1,000 is a lot.
I don't know, fully aware.
Look at 1,000 people, that's a lot of people who's interested in what you're talking about right now. You understand? So 10,000 is a lot.
No, I'm not. We're
just seeing these millions.
It's all perspective. See,
perspective.
I'm comparing that to Casey's videos that get 1 million in the first hour, and it's like, oh, my videos aren't shit.
It's perspective. Yeah, Casey. Shout out to Casey Neistat.
Yeah. Shout out to a lot of people. There's a lot of
magic over here.
Some viewers to my channel, dude.
I love Casey. Casey's dope. I'm like, this is what I love about what Casey does. He's a phenomenal creator.
Yes.
I'm watching this video, I'm vibing to the music, you know what I'm saying? Everything is dope. I'm like, what was that video about? Oh, he just went to pick up a rental car.
Yes.
That's it. That's dope to me.
Yeah.
That's dope to me. You know what I mean? I love that.
It's when you can capture people's attention doing nothing.
Doing nothing.
Okay.
I love that.
Because that's what normal TV is anyway.
That's better than normal TV, because normal TV, I love, now, don't get me wrong, I love a good show. Shout out to Billions. I love a good movie, but most movies aren't good, most shows aren't good, and it's just some stupid people acting like somebody else. It's fucking weird. If you really think about it, it's fucking weird. It's fucking weird. You know what I'm saying? It's cool, I get it. If it's real good, I get it. I'm all in. But it's fucking weird. People just acting like other people. You know what I mean? Oh, so, did you... Oh, line, please. You know what I'm saying? It's just fucking weird.
I guess I never really thought
Really.
Watching a bunch of people act like they're other people.
Yeah, just being fake. Good at being phony.
Interesting.
For entertainment. See, that's why.
So it's like
this is why. Right. This is why. So with me, If anybody ever see my, like, yo, I got YouTube Red, and so I'll save a bunch of videos so I can watch on the plane. And, you know, it's videos on YouTube. Every now and then I'll save something on my Amazon Prime as a documentary. It's hard for me to just zone out watching fictitious things, right? In fitness, unfortunately, we have a lot of that. And I'm going to tell you why. We have people who, you know, as people come and talk to me, like, they, you know, I'm a fan, they're motivated, whatever, and then they be like, how did you start? And I'm just like, dang, bro, I already know where this is going. So they're looking for, all right, so set up a YouTube account, email this person, sign with this affiliate, do this and do that and do this and do that. And then I've had conversations with other people that I know who, you know, big numbers or whatever, which means nothing because, you know, my numbers aren't the biggest, but I know what my bank account looks like. You know what I'm saying? So, and they're telling me all of these things they're doing to get these followers, and I'm like, nah, bro, I'm not. That's fucking crazy. It's a job in itself, and it's not a fun sounding job. I'm talking about you gotta, what do they say, download Kick. You message this guy from Kick, and he has this account, and then you post it here, and they post it there. I don't like that shit because I got kind of lucky, whatever, when Instagram and YouTube started taking off. You know, I signed up because I signed up for YouTube for my clients when I was training people, just so I can post, instead of like writing down their progress, there's a video of when they couldn't do a pull-up. Now they can do 10. Now they're doing 15. You know what I'm saying? It was all my clients. I still saved some of them videos of like one of my clients hitting 100 reps squats. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. Like, your clients will only be as good as the trainer. You know what I'm saying? So I was a beast, so they were beasts. So anyway, that was what my YouTube was for, right? And then posting their videos, and it was getting me more clients. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then I slide my videos of me training too. You know what I'm saying? Or doing something legit, a heavy lift or something, and people start liking that shit. Mm-hmm. And the whole alpha as fuck, I didn't come up with that. They came up with that. This is alpha as fuck. This is alpha as fuck. This is alpha as fuck. I'm like, fuck it, alpha as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So they liked it, the content, right? So when people come to me and they're trying to fabricate and put together their profile, I want to build my brand, I just hate hearing that. I'm like, okay. Because I don't think you guys did it either. Like, when shit start clicking, you didn't expect that. Mm-mm. It just started clicking. People just like it. You wasn't thinking, I gotta build my brand. Call up somebody, hey, how do you build this and do that? I never did that. And people come to me all the time with that. I'm like, bro, just put out something interesting. What do you do? You know, I tell people, I don't care if you make people laugh, put that shit out. Mm-hmm. There's guys in Miami that look up to me that, big bro. I'm like, all right, stop fucking, what are you posting these just pictures of you looking cool for? The journey of life is, get the fuck out of here with that. That means nothing, right? Post you doing some movements and talk about the importance of that movement, your favorite movements, little tips to build traps, I don't know, whatever. Post a new diet that you're talking about for free.
Give people information.
Give them something.
Yeah. Instead, it's like, no, they're looking for gratitude. Like, yes. Look at me, I'm working out. Look at
and
this.
It's fascinating because they're not even thinking about it.
No.
Like, I ask people, why did you post this? Especially when people want help.
Why?
Especially when people want help. I say, okay, let's go through your social. All right, so what did you post this for?
That's painful.
Just so they can see.
Lost me shirtless in the bathroom. I posted that to show
to
my
inspire
physique.
people
No, you didn't.
to work out.
And even when they tag me, I'm like, look, why would you tag me? Yeah. Why would you tag me and a bunch of other guys in this picture of you, bro?
Why would you hashtag follow for follow? Answer that. Oh, like, well, I heard that was a good hashtag.
I think all hashtags, this is me, all hashtags that ain't either just some funny shit, you being silly, or directly related to your company, either are stupid. Wednesday, bench press, you know, Fitspo.
Fitspo.
Whoever created Fitspo, I want to go to the house, hide in the bushes, and when they come home, fucking attack them. I hate that
Watch
word.
that person.
I hate that word.
That person. They're gonna listen
Oh, they're
to
gonna put it
this.
on me.
And Mike is in trouble.
Yeah.
Jump out of the
Somebody's
woods.
about to cry.
I just think it's so. I think it's so fucking weird. It's so weird. People are being so weird with
I
this fitness shit.
like it. It helps me sort
It
things
filters
out.
out people.
Because
Yeah,
that's what I do.
true.
I look
That's
at
Like,
somebody
if you
and
do any hashtags,
true.
sorry.
same thing, man. You
Very
can look
true.
at somebody if they're legit
Yeah.
or not, and you're like, oh, cool, they're using all those hashtags, and this is their account. I'm not gonna fuck with them.
Yo,
Yeah.
I love that you're my friend, bro. 'Cause I-
No, but
that's
it's free screening.
because if my people don't, none of my guys do it. Like if I seen somebody that I know, I'm like, what would you post that for? What? Why did you say that? What do you mean smile? What is that hashtag smile? What is that? What are you doing? You know what I'm saying?
And they don't know why.
Huh?
But the problem is, like, you get people, because Gary Vee said it the other day in the video, like, you got to use hashtags for everything, and people are like, okay,
They're taking it wrong.
yeah.
But I'm
I
curious
make,
of what
like,
he
whole
means.
sentences out of
I'm
mine.
curious of what he
Just put a
means by that,
hashtag
though.
on.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm a little curious too. I don't
Yeah.
understand. But
Yeah.
we're also, you gotta think, we're also at the point in time, like, my following's not that big, but she's at like 1.9. I'm up close to 3, but like, I don't need to use hashtags.
Nah.
I
I
don't
don't
have
think I've
engagement.
ever
I
used
just-
them
I've never
unless
done
they
it.
were hilarious.
I've never done it unless it was silly.
Yeah.
So maybe
I just make
Or
sentences
or
out
alpha
of it.
alpha
Yeah.
as fuck.
No,
You know what I
I'll do
mean?
it for like, of course, I'm a lifter. I do hashtags, conscious lifting, or
It's like yours.
Yeah, it's
your
me
own
for
personal
what I'm
one.
doing.
What else?
Yeah,
What else?
for the
What else?
people
What
that I
else?
want-
What else?
Conscious lifter.
Nah, yeah, I'm just fucking with you, bro.
Thanks,
But,
Fitspo.
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, I do it for the people that I want to follow me. That
Yeah.
may, you know,
Right, that makes sense.
like-minded
Now that
people,
makes
you know what I
sense.
mean?
That makes sense. I would even still feel a little. Me personally, I would still feel weird doing it. Cause I'm like,
Okay.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to beg. Not that that's
Yeah,
begging.
yeah,
I'm not
I
saying
just-
that, but I'm just weird with shit. Like I'm like, eh.
Yeah,
If
I would-
people like just like when I started my company, I said I'm not gonna reach out to any stores. I don't give a fuck. If they want it, they reach out to me. Okay, cool. I know they're gonna work it, but I'm not gonna reach.
The
Fuck that.
reason why I do it because I feel like it's my obligation because I give a lot of information. I don't do pictures
Right.
that much or things
You
like
don't do
that.
selfies in the mirror or anything? No?
That helps, bro. That's how you grow.
once a year.
Yeah,
He does.
So,
Once
so
a year.
what I do is I give information. I want to help people because the world of lifting and also the world of just being conscious of what's going on around you, you know what I mean, is lacking. You know what I mean? So what I put, you know, this is my outlet to help people. I want to help people. You know what I mean? So when people are people that's like-minded or want to see what something's about and they look under that hashtag, they'll get something quality from me.
Yeah.
That's their chance of finding.
That's legit. I
something.
respect that.
You know what I mean? So that's
Yeah,
what
I
do.
respect. I know you're not hashtagging
No,
happy
you're keeping track of
Friday.
information.
Yeah.
Fitspiration.
Oh, why you say it like you was like
Fitspo.
you?
So I use it sometimes. I'm not gonna lie, but I like to show how well-rounded we are.
Right.
So, like, I do use hashtags sometimes to dip into other markets. So, like, I know I'm in the fitness market. And I always start thinking, like, what do I search sometimes? So, like, you'll see me hashtag GT3. Because I know that when someone searches GT3,
Right.
which is not, it's a less common than, like, hashtag fitness. Hashtag fitness, I don't need that.
Yeah.
So I hashtag GT3. And then these motherfuckers that drive GT3s or want to look at them, they'll maybe stumble across me and be like,
Right.
wow, this dude is really weird.
Right,
So I
right.
always try to, if I do use hashtags, I use them for things way
For a
outside the
different
industry.
market.
Right, right,
You know what I mean?
right.
And it's normally car relevant because that's something. But I think something like a smile or something, these generic hashtags that, I mean, you refresh and you're gone.
And then the thing about it is they're doing stuff like that. I used to argue with one of my friends, like, stop doing that shit. That shit is not helping you. Yes, it is, bro. That's one of the big. You're bench pressing. Who gives? People that's into happy don't give a fuck about your bench. Okay, they get there. They get there. You think they're gonna? You know what? Now I'm gonna bench press. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not even
happy people. And this guy,
You know what I'm saying? So
He's
you
making
know,
me feel
I just
weird.
feel like it's weird and it's silly.
yeah.
It's just people want attention from whomever, and I think that it's important to, if you're trying to drive, you know, traffic it's got to be traffic of people that you can possibly convert.
Yeah,
If
which
you're
is
in
the
a business-
GT3
If you're in a
example.
business space, or what do you want? You just want a bunch of likes. What do you get out of that,
That's
right?
epidemic too.
And it's just we're just in a weird space. We're in an amazing space
Yeah, at the same time.
where we at with social media right now, but it's also weird, and it shouldn't be weird. But I don't know. Things bother me sometimes that has nothing to do with me. I'm like, why are they doing this? You know what I'm saying? I just assume that people have self-awareness, and it's like, I shouldn't. I'm gonna delete that. I delete shit all the time.
So do I.
I'm like my helicopter, the helicopter picture. You said, why'd you delete it? I like it.
Your helicopter.
I was like, what am I doing?
Yo, this-
Get the fuck out of here with this.
Motherfucker jumping in a helicopter. No,
That's
leaning
T's
next to a
picture.
helicopter. I saw that. I was like, what the fuck?
It was
is Mike
pointless
doing?
though at that period. I mean, it's a place for that.
No, there's a place for that, and I
But-
saw that. I saw that the right way.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, fuck,
Hashtag
man, motherfuckers
helicopter.
hanging out with helicopters.
Helicopter,
Hanging out with helicopters.
sunglasses.
I'm just a person.
Nah,
What's
they
this
don't.
Like
helicopter?
shoes match the helicopter. I was like, Mike is a helicopter. But I don't think people responded right to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what?
Everyone sees shit the same way.
I deleted it probably before people can really,
Yeah.
you know.
Not every, like, yo.
You know what I used to do? This is hilarious. I should do it now that my following's bigger. But back when I first started, I would post like girls' booties and shit like that, like legit naked shit, just from the internet,
Yeah.
just fucking with people. I would do it late at night. I'll post it for like 5 seconds and delete
See
it,
who
and then they'd be like, "I saw it." Their comment on the next picture down, like, "Oh dog, why you deleted, dog? Oh shit." It's like a little game.
So Dana doesn't delete photos. There's one photo Dana has,
Oh, shit.
which it's a photo she should be able to post, right?
Okay.
And she posted it just to see because
I did
you only get photos with certain people, right?
Right.
Like there's some people out there you're just never gonna get a photo with.
like ever in a million years.
Right.
And she has one of those people.
I have a selfie with Donald
She has
Trump.
a selfie
Oh,
with Donald
shit.
Trump, right?
Just me and
Right,
the
So it's
guy.
like you got a selfie with the president.
Yeah.
Like, you should be able to post
As the
that.
president.
No,
No,
so
no.
this
Okay.
was like 3 years ago. So I just thought I
You're a
even
fundraiser.
wrote like
Right.
I didn't write like who I voted for or anything.
Right, right.
Like I just wrote like how weird is it that 3 years ago I'd be taking a selfie with the future president.
Right.
And yo,
It's
people were
fucking
like,
weird.
"Fuck you, I'm unfollowing you."
Oh,
Are you
God.
serious?
Right away,
Yeah.
the thread blew up, and she was like, "I gotta delete this." Boop. It was like
It
2
was
minutes, dude. The thing
crazy.
Wait,
exploded.
after,
God.
hold on. So
But
when
well,
did
no,
you take
it-
the picture? When did you take the
I
picture?
took
And
the
when did they
picture-
start doing?
Well,
No, so it took it 3
but I
years ago. It's
took
on a
it
phone.
3 years ago.
We could post it right now.
I can post it right
and
now,
you
and
can see how
everyone
fucking
hate
crazy
me.
it gets. But you gotta pull it. Is it
You know what's crazy, which
The old
is
Trump
sad, which is unfortunate, is how fired up emotionally
yeah.
people get behind politics.
Yeah.
When it's like, listen, honestly, bros and broettes,
We're all
they
gonna
don't give
be
a fuck
okay.
about
No,
any of y'all.
no.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They're all red or blue. They're doing the same shit,
Yeah.
and they don't care about you. You know what I'm saying?
No.
And these people, it's like their loyalty to these political parties is like a football team. It's just like my fucking team. I don't give a fuck. That's my team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyway, I appreciate y'all for being a part of one,
Yes.
the
That's a good
Lions,
one.
the
You
Lions
guys all
Den. You know, we got so much. We could do this for like 5 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's just getting warmed up.
Just get warmed up. But no, I appreciate y'all. Y'all all have fascinating stories and lives, and we didn't even begin to scratch the surface of any of y'all. So we'll have to do it again.
And we'll bring
Alright.
a charged laptop.
Perfect. Perfect. All right, y'all. So we out of here. Peace.